Hi everyone. Recently purchased Goldbay sat-nav trucks on eBay. Just thought I'd do a quick review. Never done one before, so I hope the video quality is okay. I'm a truck driver, so obviously, a truck-specific sat-nav is something that should find fairly useful. I've seen these on. You may have seen these on eBay and various places. I paid $45.99 for this. Promised the earth, obviously, as a lot of these things do. Seemed like too good to be true, really. But I thought I'd give it a go because obviously, looking at things like your Garmin's, your Snoopers, and TomToms tend to be anywhere from 250 to sort of 500 or 600 quid. Seemed like quite a lot of money. So, a friend of mine has one of these. He recommended it, but like I say, I just thought I'd give it a go and see. So I received it yesterday, used it yesterday for the first time on a route that I know. So there happens to be a low bridge on the route that I use. So I thought I'd try it on that particular route. But I'll just show you what you get, obviously. The box, nice sort of box and stuff, Hong Kong and whatnot. Inside comes in a nice little protective pouch. It's quite a nice screen, 7-inch screen. I'll just switch it on. It's the software's a little bit clunky. You can tell it's not the newest of sort of new Android type operating system, but it does the job okay. Fires up reasonably quickly. You can see that on the not too bright on the screen there. It's got lots of functions. There's games on there. You can watch videos and all sorts. It's the sat-nav obviously that I bought it for mainly. You get a little instruction booklet. And then inside then you get all the normal stuff like your suction cup for the screen, holders for the vent, a little sort of shield to save it from the light, and various chargers and cables and things. All those, from what I've used, all work absolutely fine, no problems with them at all. I was charging it in the cab last night and all good. So all that's fairly standard fare, nothing too fancy there. Like I say, the sat-nav itself was the reason I bought this. So just a quick review. I had a look on YouTube. There wasn't really anything to tell us about these before I purchased it. So I thought, well, I'll let you know what my experiences are of the thing. There is a little stylus in the back, and I have to say the screen does work better with a stylus than it does with your finger for some reason. Like I say, there's various functions on there. I hope that's not reflecting too much on the light. But if I just touch the sat-nav, opens up it's I Go My Way is the sat-nav software. I noticed today you can buy that software for a phone app, or you can have it for free and buy various maps. So we'll see. So when you press the sat-nav, it all asks you if the information is still correct. So for example, on there it says lorry, maximum speed, length, width, and height. You can tell it how many trailers you have, how many axles the trailer has, the weight of the trailer, and so on. I've just put 44 tons in because that's the maximum UK weight, and I'm generally somewhere over 35 tons when I'm driving. So I just set it all in with the height and that sort of thing. Now, for some reason, the height on this is in yards. You can't change it in meters or feet, so I don't know why about that, but never mind. Yards is okay. So you set the parameters like that, okay? Now, at the moment, I've got the height set, I don't know whether you can see that, at 7 yards. 7 yards is just a bit under, is over 6 meters in height. I think 1 yard is 9.9 of a meter, something like that. The reason I did that was I was testing this route that I went on last night. Now, for anyone the slightest bit interested, the route is Newport to Oxford. There's a couple of ways you can go there. My particular route that I use is the M4 to junction 15, up the 420, the A420 all the way to Oxford. Now the trailer I drive is about 15'3", and there is a bridge on the A420 just outside of Swindon, which is 16 feet. So that's why I chose this as an example, because I know there is a bridge. So you press destination, you press on there, find places, you tap town, very much like any sat nav I've ever used. Now, postcode for where I'm going is OX46NF, if anyone would be interested, I expect you are, which is, as I say, which is the BMW plant in Oxford, on something called Watlington Road. So if I just press go, and ask you to confirm the data again, press OK. Now, bearing in mind I've got this set, it's calculating there, not sure if you can see that. Now, interestingly, hopefully you can see that, but the route takes me along the M4 there, and then takes me up over the A420. Hopefully you can see that there. Oh, it's just changed, the screen's just changed. Now the problem with that is I've got in there set 6 meters in height, but there's a 16-foot bridge, which is obviously 4.8 meters, I think, but it's way over. So the settings I have in there are way over the height of that bridge just outside of Swindon. Yet it still takes me up the A420. It doesn't re-divert me down maybe the M4 and go up the A34, which would be the other option, or even up the M5 or the M40, whatever it is. There's a couple of ways to it. So the first time I've used it, I've tested it with a bridge that I know. It's an old bridge, it's been there forever and a day as far as I can tell. It's not sort of gone up in the last year or two, so you can't blame that the maps are old. And unfortunately, it's failed on its first task, really, which is to avoid a bridge. I mean, I knew the bridge is there, I knew my trailer would go under it, so it wasn't a big issue. But it doesn't fill you with much confidence if you think that, you know, you're going to be driving in places potentially that you don't know, and you're going to be relying on that to avoid various hazards and things. Some other observations: the voice controls are a bit hit and miss, really. It starts to say a sentence and cuts off either mid-sentence or mid-word and then stops, and so you don't quite know what it was going to say. But then when you get to the event, so when you're maybe 500 or 600 yards from it, it then gives you the full instructions. It says, you know, second exit off the roundabout, M4 to London. It gives you nice clear instructions, but before you get there, it starts to tell you something and stops, which is a bit annoying. And the speed camera warning is constant. It goes off all the time, even when there's no cameras. Really, really annoying. You can't deactivate it, unfortunately. Plus, when I was on the M4 last night, it was flashing up at cameras that, as far as I could tell, weren't there. And it was flashing up at 50 miles an hour, even though I was on a 70 mile an hour road. And then 2 minutes later, it'd flash up again, saying there was another camera, and it would say 70. So we're on the same road, and it's giving me 50 and 70 mile an hour warnings, even though it's a 70 mile an hour road. So the voice guidance is kind of okay once you get to the event, but building up to the event, it can be a bit stop-start and get half words, half sentences. It's not great. I could have lived with that if I thought the software was actually doing its job and kind of, you know, routing me where I needed to go. But unfortunately, I have been in touch with the seller on eBay. I'm going to return it. It's $45.99. Can't say that it's, you know, that it's going to be worth the money, really. I think it's probably, SatNav is probably one of those things. I'm not saying that the Garmins or the Snoopers or, you know, the TomToms are any better. They may all be, you know, as useless as one another. I genuinely don't know, but all I can really tell you on this one is that it's £46 that, you know, probably wasn't well spent, and hopefully I won't have any issues getting the return and get my money back. So yeah, that's kind of it. You can message me, I think, on YouTube if you've got any messages, or if there's anything that I've missed. Hopefully the video's been useful. It's the first time I've ever done it. And good luck. Thanks very much.